It's a cold and dreary morning in central Amsterdam on December 7, 2002, just before 8 a.m. The streets are deserted as a van arrives at the museum quarter. Two men step out, carrying a ladder and a bag of tools. Despite the freezing weather, they blend in as regular workmen. They approach their target, the Van Gogh Museum, looking inconspicuous. Climbing over the gate, they position their ladder against the museum wall. Concealing their faces with ski masks, they begin their ascent, scaling one of Amsterdam's iconic cultural landmarks. They move to the other side of the building, out of sight from passers-by, and smash a hole in a reinforced security window using sledgehammers. The alarms sound, setting off a chain of events. Inside the museum, the thieves swiftly locate and snatch two paintings near the entry point, a seascape and a depiction of a church, both from Van Gogh's early period. Additional alarms are triggered, and the CCTV captures their every move. A female security guard contacts the police, but museum regulations prevent her from intervening. The robbers waste no time, quickly placing the paintings still in their frames into their tool bags. They escape by descending a rope they had previously attached to a flagpole at the front of the building. However, one lands with such force that the seascape painting shatters upon impact. As the police finally arrive at the rear of the building, the thieves disguise themselves as ordinary workmen and blend into the city, carrying the stolen artworks. The entire operation lasts a mere 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The audacity of stealing not one but two paintings by the world's most renowned artist raises questions about the motive and potential buyers of these priceless works. The investigation into this shocking art crime sets off a race against time as the police and investigators work to recover the stolen masterpieces before they vanish forever. In 2002, the Dutch police were determined to find the missing Van Gogh paintings from the museum, apprehending professional thieves who executed a swift and professional operation. The crucial mistake made by the thieves, leaving behind a cap with DNA evidence, led to the identification of the chief suspect, Octave Durham, a known professional thief. Durham's arrest in 2003 provided hope of recovering the stolen artworks, but their whereabouts remained a mystery. Authorities relied on tracing the money trail, hoping to uncover any sudden influx of funds that could be linked to the sale of the stolen paintings. Wiretaps revealed conversations among the suspects discussing substantial amounts of money, indicating the likelihood of a quick sale. It was discovered that they indulged in luxury purchases, including watches, cars, and extravagant trips. Attempts were made to sell the paintings to the notorious Dutch underworld figure Cor van Hout, who had a history of serious criminal involvement. However, a twist of fate intervened when Van Hout was assassinated in a gangland hit, leaving Durham and his accomplice in a precarious situation. They desperately sought a new buyer for the stolen artworks, adding further complexity to the investigation. These paintings were in perfect condition under specific circumstances. However, the thieves who stole them stored them in a humid place, causing some paintings to deteriorate over time. Waiting for 20 years would only make the situation worse. These paintings uniquely come to life when you look at them with fresh eyes. By 2005, the convicted thief, Okkie, who stole the paintings, remained silent about their whereabouts. It was unclear where the paintings could be located, whether in Holland or an unexpected place like Ukraine. Despite the lack of new information, the search for the paintings continued. Over the years, the intelligence service occasionally received leads on possible locations. The investigation in Amsterdam had reached a standstill until a significant breakthrough emerged from a Van Gogh heist in Rome. Recovering a stolen Van Gogh painting called The Gardener provided factual information about the Van Gogh paintings from Amsterdam. Masked gunmen stole 3 valuable artworks, including 2 Van Gogh paintings and one by Cézanne from a museum in Rome. Colonel Ferdinando Musella, an experienced detective from Italy's elite Carabinieri art squad, was assigned to the case. Despite rumors of an operation in 2007 involving undercover police officers posing as interested buyers, the operation did not recover the paintings. Musella's investigations revealed that the owner of the stolen Van Gogh paintings was likely Italian, leading to his Italian nickname, Pinocchio. More Van Gogh paintings disappeared from galleries worldwide, including Switzerland in 2008 and Egypt in 2010. 6 years passed without reliable leads to the missing Van Gogh paintings from the museum in Amsterdam. However, 2016, a quiet yet persistent investigation in Naples, a city known for its beauty and organized crime, brought about a significant change. Naples had long been plagued by the Camorra, one of Italy's oldest and largest criminal organizations involved in illicit activities. Stefania Castaldi, a prosecutor fighting against organized crime, made progress in her investigation, uncovering a direct link to the stolen Van Gogh paintings. The district of Scampia in Naples became a hotbed for drug trafficking, leading to a violent turf war among different factions of the Camorra. Scampia's poverty and desperation allowed the Camorra to gain power and control the drug trade. The decisions made in the 1960s to construct urban developments like Scampia inadvertently created ideal conditions for the Camorra's influence. Stefania Castaldi's investigation neared high-ranking Camorra bosses, and a significant discovery connected Raphael Imperial to the missing Van Gogh paintings for the first time. Raphael Imperial was a key figure in Castellammare, a picturesque town overlooking the Bay of Naples. The influence of the Camorra extended even to such places. Colonel Giovanni Salerno, an expert on the case, accompanied the narrator through Imperiale's hometown. In his Amsterdam coffee shop, Raphael Imperiale was legally selling cannabis, but he had bigger plans. Eventually, he expanded his business and organized large-scale drug shipments for the Commodore. Imperial made an estimated 15 to 20 million euros annually from drug trafficking. However, the missing Van Gogh paintings were still nowhere to be found. The breakthrough came unexpectedly in September 2016, when the source was the suspect himself. Although Imperial was sentenced to 14 years, he evaded immediate imprisonment by relocating to Dubai, which had no extradition treaty with Italy. Imperial provided an extraordinarily written confession to Italian prosecutors, detailing his entry into the drug business in Amsterdam during the 1990s and revealing the immense profits he had accumulated. In his confession, Imperial listed his possessions that he was willing to surrender to the state, which included 2 paintings by Vincent van Gogh, De Quadridi, and another artwork of priceless worth. Using the organization's resources, he claimed to have purchased these paintings in 2002 for 4 million euros. The discrepancy in the reported purchase price of the paintings raised questions about Imperial's motives and the authenticity of his confession. Imperial's photograph, his only known image, was captured surreptitiously on the Isle of Man, where he likely engaged in money laundering activities. The question remained, why would he exaggerate the value of the paintings? And why did he confess in the first place? The answers lay within the Italian legal system itself. To encourage witnesses to speak out against organized crime, valuable stolen goods like the Van Gogh paintings could be traded for reduced prison sentences. Stefania Petrosio, an investigative journalist, shed light on the motive behind such criminals' interest in famous artworks like those by Van Gogh. She explained that the paintings serve as the ultimate bargaining chip for criminals when facing judgment. By possessing something as valuable as the Van Gogh paintings, they can negotiate for a lesser sentence. The paintings have immense significance to Italy and the world, making them the ultimate leverage for these criminals. Despite Imperial's father having no involvement in his son's criminal activities, the search for the stolen paintings extended to his property. Finally, after nearly 14 years, the international investigation into the theft of the 2 priceless Van Gogh paintings concluded in an Italian kitchen. The search was over. The missing Van Gogh paintings resurfaced before the eyes of the world at the Capodimonte Museum in Naples, marking a celebration of justice and a triumph over organized crime. These paintings, although not considered masterpieces by Van Gogh, held great art, historical, and personal significance. Their recovery filled a void that persisted, bringing closure to a long-standing wound. 6 months later, the paintings were returned to their rightful home, the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, where they underwent restoration before being displayed permanently. While the paintings showed signs of damage and a missing piece in the left corner, they remained in remarkably good condition. The stolen journey and subsequent recovery emphasized the importance of the paintings, particularly as one of Van Gogh's earliest works using oil paint. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe for more captivating videos. The connection between the criminal world and the world of great art should not be surprising, as criminals understand the immense value society places on masterpieces. The transaction in which the artwork becomes a bargaining chip ensures that, in most cases, the paintings are eventually recovered. However, the process is not always straightforward and often requires a stroke of luck and dedicated investigation. The depth of the investigation led by Stefania Petrosillo was crucial in uncovering Imperiale's connection to the Van Gogh paintings. Without her meticulous efforts, the truth might never have been revealed, underscoring the importance of thorough examination and a bit of uncertainty in such cases.